Hi there, I'm Dr. Asha Patel, clinical psychologist and founder of Innovating Minds and the Clinical Supervision Hub. It's great to see that you're interested in exploring clinical supervision further for you and your team within your organisation. It's really important to think about the difference between line management and clinical supervision. So when we think about line management supervision, it's very much focused on maybe meeting KPIs, so it's target driven. It's performance related and it's generally conducted by a line manager or a senior member, a senior staff member within your organisation. This is generally a process that's in place. It might be used to identify training needs, to be able to support people when they're returning back from sickness, possibly. And also in terms of how frequently it happens, it might happen on an annually or a termly basis. So this is generally conducted by somebody already working within your organisation and supporting that individual within their job role and supporting them with anything else in terms of that relates to their job. Whereas clinical supervision, this provides individuals, your staff, your team, a safe space, a reflective space for them to be able to work with a supervisor that's got clinical experience within the sector that you're working within, to be able to reflect on the work that they're doing. It might be reflect upon the people that they're working with, it might be risk related, it might be something that they're working with that's actually quite triggering for them. It also gives them that ability to engage in personal and professional development, but also to reflect upon any clinical difficulties or anything that's having an impact on their mental health and well-being. Clinical supervision can be delivered on a one-to-one and/or group basis. One-to-one sessions take place, and those can be for, it might be line managers, it might be individuals that are experiencing particular difficulties, it might be something related that they're working on that's triggered something for them personally. And group supervision happens with, on average, 3 people within each group. And this gives them the access and the ability to also elicit peer support and work together with their peers to reflect upon their practice. Typically, groups are closed. The reason why we do this is to enable people to be able to create this safe space. So this means that people can't be added to groups once groups are formed, unless there starts to become a dropout rate and new people need added to the groups to be able to keep up group supervision from taking place. The frequency of clinical supervision will vary. This depends on the needs of your organisation. On average, we recommend that sessions take place every 4 to 6 weeks. So we'll work with you to identify how frequently your staff need access to clinical supervision. This isn't where the supervisors case manage, so we don't take any responsibility for case management. This is literally a safe, reflective space that is provided. It might be that the supervisees bring in cases that they're working with and they want some support to think about it from alternative psychological models. But all in all, the responsibility and the case management stays with the supervisee and their line manager. This gives opportunity for supervisees to experience as well and find out additional resources and access information that's evidence-based. So the supervisor can also be supportive in terms of that personal and professional development. So your supervisees can also start to develop their psychological mindedness. What we also think about from a clinical supervision point of view is those organisations that are on their journey, their trauma-informed journeys, that are embedding a culture within their organisation, acknowledge the impact of vicarious trauma on your staff's mental health and well-being. Due to the nature of the relationships your staff have with the people that they work with, indirectly they will be affected. We call this vicarious trauma, and you may have heard this is the cost of caring. The clinical supervision enables supervisees, your staff, to be able to process the difficulties that they're experiencing and also processing that information. So it's really good wraparound support. It's really important to think about how you want to embed a culture of clinical supervision to ensure that your staff commit and that they attend their sessions, but also that they engage in that process of supervision. If you need any additional information or want to talk about clinical supervision, please don't hesitate to reach out to a member of our team. We're happy to help you provide some additional information so we can put together the best clinical supervision package that meets the needs of you and your team.